What is so important about Shabbos? What does the Torah tell us of Shabbos? Well, it tells us in the Torah many times to keep Shabbos. Why? Why would God keep on repeating it? It's one thing to say, listen, be nice to your parents. Hey, listen, keep Shabbos. Keep Shabbos because I took you out of Egypt. Keep Shabbos because it'll be a sign between me and you. Keep Shabbos because I rested on the seventh day and you should do the same like me. Well, what is it? Why is God telling us to keep Shabbos? Because he took us out of Egypt? Because he rested on the seventh day? Or because he wants to have a sign between us? How about it's all three? It's all three. There are so many things that happen when you keep Shabbos. Let me show you what's going on. The first thing, what do you guys do with your cell phone at the end of every day? You charge it, bro. What happens if you don't charge the phone? It dies. Do you think that the human being is any different? You guys try staying up for 48 hours without drugs. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to start falling apart. How about your neshama? You don't have to rest your neshama and find out what you're doing? Here's the way life works. Ready? I graduated. I'm 18. Oh, are you going to Israel for a year? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go to Israel. I'm going to get a job. But you're still moving forward. You still have to go. I have bills. I have this. I have that. If you disregard the Shabbos, do you think that you're going to be 21 years old and be like, oh yeah, right, I have to do it? No, it's starting from the very beginning to get yourself in the right direction. So the first thing God says is you got to recharge your neshama, just like a cell phone. Number two, you got to have a game plan. What happens on Shabbos? You have a meal with your family Friday night. You relax. You think about the week. What did I do? What did I accomplish? What should I accomplish? Did I not do enough? Am I lazy? Did I do spiritual things? Was I a bad person? And you take an assessment of what you did during the week. That can't happen if you don't have Friday night. It's impossible. Number two, we keep Shabbos because God took us out of Egypt. Well, I thought we kept Shabbos to recharge our battery, to relax, to have a game plan. No, it's not enough that he took us out for that. He took us out of Egypt to bring us to the Torah. In other words, you're keeping Shabbos to have perspective of what you're supposed to do with your life, which is to connect with Hashem. And number three, that it is a sign between me and you. What does that mean? Well, when it's 1945 and you need to get a job in America like my grandma did, it was very difficult because the way it worked is nobody liked Orthodox Jews, not like they like them now, but they really didn't like them back then. And half the people that didn't like them were Jewish people who said, if I work on Friday night, you have to work. If you don't work on Saturday, you're fired. And everyone got fired, except for certain people who said, I'm not doing it. You could fire me and I'll get another job next week. I am not quitting my job. I am not going to work on Shabbos. Take it or leave it. And people like my grandmother, because they were like that, it showed Hashem, I believe in you, God. And then what happened? What Chazal say? As much as we have kept the Shabbos has kept us. It has preserved us. I want to tell you a very quick story about my father. You could look it on the YouTube. My dad used to be the mayor of Miami Beach. But in 1958, he had no money. He was very poor, and he was in law school. And the professor's like, the test is the Shabbos. And my father was like, 100 kids in the class. And he says, I might not wear a yarmulke or anything. I don't work on the Shabbos. I will not take the test on. If you don't take the test on Shabbos, you're going to get fired. You're going to get thrown. I'm going to fail you. Da-da. My dad runs to the rabbi. He gets a note. He does not work on the Sabbath. Brings it to the guy. He goes, come to my house on Sunday. So my dad's dying because he was not a good student to begin with. What's he going to do now? Take a test at this guy's house? He's going to scrutinize everything. He's going to stand over him. So my father shows up to the guy's house and he goes, write the test. So my father, 3 hours, wrote the test. And as my father gets up to leave, he notices a picture of a rabbi. He goes, what's that? He goes, that's my grandfather. But you're Catholic. He goes, yeah, I am Catholic, but my grandfather was Jewish. He was a rabbi. Who knows what happened there? And he looked at my father and he goes, can I see your test for a minute? And he wrote A. And my father graduated law school, one of the last in his class, mind you. But if he did not keep Shabbat, that miracle would not have happened. But again, miracles are not going to just happen. God's not going to be like, hey, here's $1 million. Oh, you like that girl? You got her. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to earn it. You got to go meet him halfway. Did he show up and say, hey, Abraham, here I am? No. Abraham Avinu said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why is everyone worshiping stars and moons? Who made that? And he made a move. And that's called looking at something and acting on it.